Okay, class. So, yung topic natin ngayon is all about geothermal power plant, no? Okay, so yan. So for the introduction, we have a geothermal power plant, no? Picture of a geothermal power plant that is pioneer geothermal power plant in the Philippines. So meaning ito yung pinaka-first na geothermal power plant sa Pilipinas. So that is 110 megawatt TW Albay. Okay? So sa Albay. So usually kasi yung mga geothermal power plant is located near volcanoes, no? Kasi andun yung energy. Okay? Nandun banda yung geothermal energy. So we know na yung Albay meron siyang volcano. So I don't know kung ano yung pangalan ulit ng volcano dyan sa Albay. Okay? But I'm sure na meron yan. Okay, so yan yung mas magandang view. So kung papansin natin, ayan, no, bundok. Nasa bundok. Yung isang problema pala sa geothermal power plant class, malayo sa bayan, no? Kumbaga nasa remote area ka. Anyway, hindi naman problema yan, no? Kung trabaho din lang naman ang hanap. So here we have may mga usok dito. So yung part nito, yan yung cooling tower, no? Okay, that is the cooling tower. Hindi yan usok ng planta, no? Hindi yan usok galing sa mga fuels, no? Hindi galing sa tambutso yung mga yan. That is a cooling tower. Actually, that is moist, no? Parang hamog. Ganun siya. Then, yung part nito, maybe these are, yung usok siguro, o yung galing sa baba, no? Just don't know kung ano yung mga yan. Basta I'm sure na ito yung cooling tower, no? So, ang daming pipes, So, kulay green. Usually kasi kapag tubig, no, ang laman, kulay green ang itsura. Green kapag mainit na tubig, no? Blue naman kapag malamig. Okay? So, yung basic concepts, so, i-discuss yan yung mas deeper yung discussion about geothermal energy kapag nasa kayo sa alternative energy source, no? Okay, so the types of geothermal power plants, we have dry or superheated steam. When we say dry, the quality is 1. Meaning kapag 1, walang halong moisture, no? Pure na vapor lang siya, walang liquid. Okay? Hindi siya wet or superheated steam. Okay? So, this type, no? So, yung lumalabas sa well or yung tubo na kung nakakwan sa ilalim is dry or superheated steam, and then didiretso yan kay turbina, no? The turbine will convert mechanical energy, no? Turbine will convert the enthalpy, no? Kaya the pressure and kinetic energy of the steam or yung thermal energy na dala-dala ng steam into mechanical energy, and then suddenly the mechanical energy produced by the turbine will be converted to electrical energy through the generator, no? Okay, and then leaving the turbine is the steam, no? Mas mababa yung pressure dito. Okay? Ang tawag natin dito usually is exhaust steam. So, lower yung pressure. Then, papasok kay condenser. Ano ba yung purpose ng condenser dito? Para magkaroon ng cycle, di ba? Siyempre, yung na-condense dito na steam, magiging tubig yan. Okay, so papasok ulit sa lupa for cycle. So, papasok sa lupa, iinit yan, and then lalabas na naman na ganito. Ilalabas ulit doon. So, types of separated steam. So, dito, yung lumalabas dito is water, no? Hot water. Okay, so from hot water na yan, pupunta kay separator. So, may kulang dito, meron sanang, ano pa dito, throttling valve, no? So, yung purpose ng throttling valve na yan, tawag dito, pabababain niya yung pressure, no? Yung lalabas dito mainit, and then mataas yung pressure, and then pagdating dito kay separator, mas mababa yung pressure niya. Dahil sa pagbaba ng pressure, yung quality ng steam from saturated or from liquid magiging wet, no? Kaya meron tayong separator dito para mapaghiwalay yung liquid tsaka dun sa vapor. So, when we say wet kasi, kapag wet, that is a mixture of saturated liquid and saturated vapor. Okay, so yan, ito. And then yung vapor, siyempre yan yung papasok kay turbina. Hindi naman pwedeng papasok yung tubig dito kay steam turbine, no? Kaya nga tinawag na steam turbine para yung papasok dito ay steam, no? And then yung liquid naman is babalik na naman sa lupa. That is single flush, no? Okay? Single flush. Kasi isa lang yung separator niya. Then, meron tayong dalawa. Meron din tayong dalawa. Okay? So, yung steam na galing kay first or yung mas may mataas na temperature na flush chamber, syempre, pupunta kay high pressure turbine. Then, nung low pressure naman na flush chamber, okay? Papasok naman kay low pressure, no? Na turbina. Okay, so yan yung process. And then, ito naman, so downhole pump in production well. So usually kapag mababa yung pressure, no, yung tubig dito, so kailangan mo ng pump para may pasok dito kay flush chamber. Okay? Pump well. So, hindi pwede yung dito, yung ginagamit sa mga yung tubig sa bahay, yung pump, yung deep well pump pwede, yung pwedeng gamitin doon. Okay. Whereas we have geothermal binary. When we say binary, that is merong siyang heat exchanger, no? So, pinagse-separate niya yung Kaya check natin dito. So, hot water. Yung hot water na yan, papasok kay heat exchanger. So, makikipag-exchange yung hot water natin dito ng heat into the working fluid. Okay, so pwede namang ang ilagay mong working fluid dito is refrigerant or pwede ring tubig, no? So, yan. Usually, ginagamit ang refrigerant, no? Kapag yung temperature dito sa heat exchanger is lang siya, mababa, no? So, kapag mataas naman yung temperature ng hot water, di tubig na lang ang gamitin mo. Okay. Instead of refrigerant. Kasi yung tubig naman, siyempre, we know that is free, no? And then, yung tubig kasi, yan yung pinakamalapit sa ideal working fluid for the Rankine cycle, no? Okay. So, wala nang mas hihigit pa sa tubig, no? The working fluid for a Rankine cycle. Okay? So, kung meron man siguro, hindi ko pa alam kung ano yon. Anyway, research is hindi siya nag-e-end, no? Okay. Binary. So, we have installed and fully operational geothermal power plants in the Philippines. So, kanina, yung pinakita natin, that is 110 megawatt, no? sa Albay. So maybe meron ng nag-upgrade na from 110 to 330. So yun naman kasi kanina is Pioneer, yung kauna-unahan. So maybe this is the updated na. Makiling, Banahaw, that is Macban. Ito naman ay sa Los Baños, Laguna. So if you go to Laguna pala class, usually nung time na nagpunta kami ng Laguna during our field trip, we go to Los Baños, no? So yung tubig nila doon is mainit. Yung ginagamit na pangpaligo, mainit yung tubig. So ganon. Okay. So that is 330 megawatts. Tongonan geothermal power plant in Leyte, no? So mga Visayas na tatong Leyte, 112.5 megawatts. Palimpinon, Dawin geothermal power plant, also 112.5 megawatt in Negros Oriental. Okay, so those are the geothermal power plants in the Philippines. By the way pala class, ano yung pinakapangunahing pinagkukunan ng energy dito sa Pilipinas? Okay. Yung primary source of energy pala sa Earth class, siyempre yan yung sun, no? Sun is the primary source of heat. Walang geothermal energy kung walang sun, kasi sa geothermal energy na yan, I think nagkakaroon ng magma dahil dun sa decomposition ng mga plants and so on. Paano naman nagkakaroon ng wind? Okay, di ba alam natin na yung wind, pwede nating i-harness yung energy nun using wind turbine. So paano ba nagkakaroon ng wind? Due to the difference in temperatures, no? Okay, paano nagkakaroon ng tubig doon sa dam? Siyempre dahil sa ulan, no? Dahil sa pag-evaporate ng tubig. So ano ba yung reason kung bakit nag-evaporate yung tubig? Dahil sa sun. Pinainit ng sun yung tubig, di ba? Paano nagkakaroon ng wave yung dagat? Kasi yung wave doon sa dagat is actually pwedeng harness yung energy nun using wave, ano tawag doon, yung mga turbina, no, na ginagamit doon sa wave, yung alon. Okay, nagkakaroon ng alon dahil doon sa hangin, no? The friction between the air and the water causes waves, no? Okay, halimbawa na lang kapag nasa highway ka and then dadaan yung malaking sasakyan, no, di ba? Dahil sa hangin na kwan ng dala-dala ng sasakyan, so mararamdaman mo yung hangin. So anong mangyayari sa'yo? Mapapasama ka sa hangin. So parang ganun lang naman yun. Okay. Sige, so let's have an example. So geothermal resource exists as saturated liquid at 230 degrees Celsius. The geothermal liquid is withdrawn from the production well at a rate of 230 kg per second and is flushed to a pressure of 500 kilopascal by an essentially isenthalpic flushing process where the resulting vapor is separated from the liquid in a separator and directed to the turbine. Okay, so when we say isenthalpic process class, constant enthalpy or throttling process, parehas lang yun, no? Okay, the steam leaves the turbine at 10 kilopascal with a moisture content of 10% and enters the condenser where it is condensed and routed to the reinjection well along with the liquid coming off the separator. So determine the mass flow rate of steam through the turbine, the isentropic efficiency of the turbine, power output, and then the thermal efficiency of the power plant. So let us draw the schematic diagram ng, let's say ito yung yung volcano. Let's say halimbawa yung volcano. Ayan yung volcano. So umuusok. Ayan, umuusok. Uusok. And then, magtatayo halimbawa tayo dito ng geothermal power plant, no? So, medyo, yan, no? Bakit tabing eh? Hirap mag-drawing dito sa, yan, maganda ng konti. Nako, naghahang na naman yung ating whiteboard. Nako. Okay, so yan, maglagay tayo ng tubo. So, yung lumalabas daw kay tubo is 230 degrees Celsius yung kanyang temperature, and then yung mass flow rate niya ay 230 kilogram per second. So, let's say, numberan natin ito na number 1, no? And then, from that, papasok kay throttling valve, and then, sabihin natin na number 2 ito. And then, papasok kay flushing chamber, wherein nagkakaroon ng separation between the liquid, yung nasa baba, liquid, and then, yung nasa taas, yan yung vapor. Okay, syempre, kung ano yung mas mabigat, yun yung nasa baba. Mas mabigat syempre yung liquid kaysa dun sa vapor. And then, yung vapor na yan is papasok kay steam turbine or baliktad. Ganito dapat. From high pressure so yung vapor papasok kay turbina, then yung turbina na yan mag-recreate ng energy, papasa kay generator, and then yan na yung wires. Okay, so merong lalabas na steam syempre, then papasok kay condenser, no? And then yan, babalik ulit kay lupa. Okay, yan, ito babalik kay lupa. So 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, and then ito naman si 5, and then si 6. Okay, so let us draw the TS diagram. Bakit ganon? Tama naman yung pag-drawing ko dito. Okay. Yung saturation line. TS malaki. No? Okay. So yung 1 natin, that is saturated, no? Saturated. Ano pala yung pressure? Yung pressure ng 500 tapos 10, no? 500 yung ano dito, yung pressure. Then dito naman kay condenser is 10 kilopascal, no? Then yung quality daw kay 4 or yung that is 90%, no? 0.9, no? Since yung YD2 is equal to 10% or that is 0.1, okay? So we know that 1 is equal to x plus y, no? Wala pong x na 1.1, okay? Walang x na greater than 1 na. Walang x na greater than 1. Okay? Yan. Wala ding y na less than 0. Okay, so ano pa ba? Yan, sige, drawing na natin. So si 1, Ito si 1. Assume natin na yan ay saturated na tubig at 130 degrees Celsius. Dadaan kay throttling valve. So if you know, kung alam nyo yung process ng throttling process, no, pa ganyan, okay? So ito na si 2. Oops. Nagkakaroon na ng ganyan. Okay, so ulit balikan natin. To si 1, assume natin na saturated liquid kasi hindi naman nagbigay ng pressure, edi saturated yan. And then si 2 naman, ito si 2. So yan yung process ng throttling, ha. Bumaba yung kanyang pressure, no. Okay? And then sa loob ng TS diagram, yan yung wet region. So wet yung 2 natin, and then yung pressure line natin sa loob ng TS diagram ay horizontal. Okay? So ito yung saturated na part, then yung 3. Then ito naman yung saturated na liquid, then yung ano to, 6. Okay? And then from 3 papasok kay turbina. Tawagin natin ito na 2S. 4. 4S. Bakit sinabi natin 4S? If the process between 3 to 4S is isentropic, meaning S is equal to C, no? Pero hindi siya isentropic, so pag ganito yung ating number 4. So yung number 4 natin, expect natin na andito si number 4, no? Hindi siya naka-vertical with 3. Vertical siya kapag constant entropy and then constant pressure dito. Ito naman si 5. So na-condense, naging si 5, okay? Yan. So let us find the properties. Okay, by the way pala class, pakita ko muna sa inyo yung ito, meron dito pala. So yung TS diagram, saan ba yung TS diagram dito? Ayun, figure A-91004. 1004. Sobra. Ito. Pwede bang i-rotate to? O yan yung enthalpy lines, so yung mga kulay violet. O yan yung mga enthalpy lines, no? Pag ganyan yung itsura ng constant enthalpy or throttling process sa loob ng under the saturation line, okay? So kahit dito sa taas ganun din yung itsura. Tingnan niyo pag ganun. Okay, ito naman yung ating mga quality. Okay, 40%, 50%, okay? Ayan. Then, yung pressure line natin, ito. Yan yung mga pressure line natin kapag nasa labas ka ng saturation line, vapor, no? Saturated vapor line, okay? Pag ganyan. Pero kapag nasa loob ka, ano lang siya, pag ganito lang yung pressure line mo kapag nasa loob, no? Ayan, o, ayan, pag ganyan. Okay? Sige, so let us find the properties. Anong number yon? Figure or table. Saturated water temperature, 994. Page 994. Asan yung 994? Yun, ito. So, yung 230 degrees Celsius, meron bang 230 degrees Celsius dito? O, meron. Yan o. Okay? So, yung kanyang enthalpy doon is HF, no? Kasi saturated liquid, 990.14. Okay, so, sulat natin dito. H1 equals 990.14. Okay, so since yung process natin from 1 to 2 is equal to throttling process, that is constant enthalpy process, H2 is also equal to 990.14, no? Next, paano natin mahanap yung 3 tsaka yung 6? Okay, so we know na, sabi natin kanina, the what's this? Flushing chamber. Okay, yung nilalaman nito is saturated vapor tsaka saturated na liquid. So yung 3 yan yung saturated vapor, yung 6 yan yung saturated liquid. So punta lang tayo kay 500 kilopascal. Then din natin mahanap yung mga saturation pressure. Saan kaya yung saturation? Ayan, 500 kilopascal. Naka-kilopascal to, tama. Okay, so at this pressure, yung enthalpy natin dito is 2748.1, tapos yung HF is 640.2478.1. So it's 3 2478.1, and then yung H6 naman natin dyan is 640.09. And then what else? Yung 4 natin. Okay, paano natin masasolve yung 4? Since yung 4 natin ay wet kasi nagbigay siya ng y, ito given yung y. So given yung y, so meaning H4 is equal to, since wet yan, that is HF. Okay, at 10 kilopascal plus X4 multiplied by HFG at 10 kilopascal. Okay, so this is equal to, so memorize ko ata yung HF at ano ba yung HF dito? Ito. So 191.81 tapos 2392.1. 191.81. This is 191.81 plus 0.9 multiplied by 2392.1. So lumalabas na ang enthalpy at state 4 is 191 plus 0.9 2344.7. Okay, so ano pa, yung entropy at 3 pala. Okay, kailangan natin yung entropy at 3 para ma-solve yung isentropic efficiency mamaya, no? Yan, so S3 natin, balikan natin yung table at 500. Yan, yung S3 natin, SG din yan kasi saturated vapor. 6.8207. Yan. Okay, so pwede na tayong mag-solve ng ano ba yung unang hinahanap? Letter A, mass flow rate of steam through the turbine daw. Okay, so ano daw yung mass flow rate through the turbine, or yan yung mass flow rate ng 3, no? Okay, yan yung hinahanap. Loko-loko na naman. Okay, so paano ba natin mahanap yung mass flow rate ng 3? Siyempre, using energy balance, pwedeng mass flow rate ng 3 is equal to mass flow rate ng 1 minus mass flow rate ng ano to? 6. Ito yung papunta kay ito. Yan, ito si 3, ito si 6. Okay, ito naman si 1. Or pwede nating makuha yung mass flow rate ng 3 using quality at 3, quality at 2. We know that x2 is equal to mass ng vapor, no? M3, yan yung mass ng vapor over mass ng total, that is equal to mass flow rate ng 2. Okay? So, pwede natin makuha yung X2. Yes, pwede. Since yung enthalpy ng 2 natin is saturated, wet yan. So, H2 natin, pakita natin sa TS diagram. Ayan, no? Okay? Yung state 2 natin, that is wet, no? So, ano ba yung formula for 2 natin? H2 natin, that is HF at 2 plus X2. And then, HFG sa may 2. Okay. Yung enthalpy ng 2 natin, given yan, parehas kay 1. HF2 natin, so, mahanap natin yung HF2 tsaka HFG ng 2 sa steam table at 500 kilopascal. So, at 500 kilopascal, ano yung HF natin dito? HF 655.77 tapos 2096.6 655.97 77 plus X2, and then yung HFG naman is ito 2096.6. Okay, so yung enthalpy ng 2 pala natin is andito na kanina yun 990.14, no? So yung enthalpy at 2 is equal, X2 is okay, so X2 is 0.1595, and then makukuha na natin yung mass flow rate ng 3 dyan, that is equal to 230 kilogram per second times 0.1595, no? So yung mass flow rate ng 3 is equal to, ayan, so mass flow rate ng 3 is equal to 36.685 kilogram per. Next, letter B, ano naman yung isentropic efficiency ng turbina? So letter A ito, and letter B, this the isentropic efficiency of the turbine. Okay, so paano ba natin masasolve yan? Isentropic efficiency of the turbine, that is equal to the change in H actual, no, divided by change in H if the process is isentropic. Okay, ayan, that is equal to H3 less H4 over H3 less H4S. So yan, given yung kwan natin, ito given, yung 4 given din. Okay, so yung 4S yung hindi pa, no? Okay, so paano ba natin mahanap yung H4S? Okay, so once na sinabi na isentropic kasi class, S3 is equal to S4, ano? Okay, so from that S4 mahanap natin yung X4. Okay, kasi ang 4S pala, 4S. Ang H4S natin, that is equal to HF at 10 kilopascal ito plus X4S and then HFG at 10 kilopascal. Okay, so ano ba yung X4S? Since S3 is equal to S4S, we can say na S4S is equal to HFG, HF pala, HF plus X4S and then and then 4s, and then SFG at 10 kilopascal din. So parehas ito kanina kay S3. Ano ba yung S3 dito kanina? Ang S3 natin dito kanina ay 6.8207, no? Okay. So 6. Loko. Okay. So 6.8207. So at 10 kilopascal, ano kaya yung ano natin dito? 10 kilopascal. HF 6492 tapos 7.4996. 0.6492 plus X4S and then 7.996. 7.4. Oh man. Okay, so ang makukuha nating X4S dyan is '. So yung lalabas is 0.8229. So okay na to. Pwede na nating masolve yung H4S. H4S is equal to ano na to kanina? 191.81 2392.1 191.81 plus 0.8229 multiplied by 2392.81. Tama ba? 2392.1 pala. Okay, so 2392.1, no? Okay, so this is equal to 2160, no? 0.3. Okay, so the isentropic efficiency of the turbine is equal to H1. Ano ba yung H1? H3 natin kanina. Ang H3 natin is 2478.1. Two 478.1 minus yung enthalpy na nasolve natin is equal to 2160.3 60.3 all over baliktad, no? So ito dapat yung nasa baba, no? So this should be yung 4 natin 2344.7 2344.7 2478.1 minus 2, ano na yun kanina, 2160.3. Okay, so the isentropic efficiency is equal to